Live. Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to... Right. Come on. There we go. The start of the Sega block. Yes. I think a lot of people saw this game and didn't think Sega, but we are playing the Sega Genesis version of Uncharted Waters, a Koei game. Now, I know Koei games aren't completely novel to Retrothon. I think I saw some Dynasty Warriors runs back in the day, but they're not very common. So, bear with me a little bit. It's going to be pretty long, but how long it is depends on a lot of different things. So, I guess we can just go ahead and call this Retrothon. Our main character. I'm sure that this is very original. Everyone naming themselves Retrothon. Shoot. Oh, here we go. There'll be packets where I can pay a lot of attention to chat, and there'll be packets of time where I'll be very focused on the game. Because there's a lot of, like, frantic menuing that I can screw up, and things will go poorly. But what we are going to do in this game can be sufficed with basically make money, get fame. That's our goal here. So we re-rolled until we got a bonus stat roll. Actually, let's go to, I think, 68. I'll just go to 70. This works. There we go. Very specific stat line for a few things. I don't really know exactly what all the stats do in a very hard fashion, but we do the best. And the name of our first ship doesn't matter, so we're just going to call it the Z, because who cares? But anyway, timing starts. Skip through the text. That's the extent of the story we're going to get for a while. Change the speed to the fastest speed. First thing we're going to do is recruit our pal Marco. The only way he will join you right away is if you have 79 or higher courage, which is why I did that. Next thing I'm going to do is buy 1 Saker for our ship. Oops. This actually gives us a refund on the guns that we already start with. A little extra money at the beginning of the game is always nice. Oh. I don't know why sometimes it lets you do a discount there and sometimes it doesn't. There we go. We're going to get a small discount on our ship. We're going to call this the Y. We're going to put Marco on top of it. We're going to go. So next thing we're going to do is transfer our crew. So we only need 5 crew for the ships, so that's all we're going to have. We do not need any lumber. And this, oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will do. We are throwing away some money there, but we'll make more than what that's worth in a little bit. So let's sell our quartz. Let's sell our pepper. And now we will buy as much stuff as we can. Oops. Because Lisbon is allied with us, with Portugal, it's the capital, we can get a small discount on stuff. It's really not worth a lot of effort because it's 5%. So it's 1 gold right now. But we'll take it. We're going to take whatever we can here. So... Oh, talking about Genghis Khan, I think that is my last NES speedrun, the Koei speedrun that I haven't done. I'm thinking about doing it next month. Anyway, we bought some sugar. We're taking it to Bordeaux. I know where all the stuff is in this game. I've played it so many times that I have the maps more or less memorized, but I also have a tablet in front of me that has the maps on them, just in case. So we are gonna buy grapes now that we are in Bordeaux. And we're going to take these grapes up to Antwerp. Another port that we have to kind of just find. Now, in Bordeaux, I believe you can buy a telescope here. I think it's here. I don't know. I don't get it here in the speedrun, so I kind of forget. But if you have a telescope item, excuse me, it lets you see anything that's on the screen, so you don't have to run directly into ports to find them. Which is quite nice, but exactly where the city of Antwerp is in real life. Which I guess would be sort of on Brittany. I don't know. This map's a little goofed up. Anyway, the main reason we do this is to get Nicholas. One of our first priorities is to recruit 5 mates. Or 4 mates. We count this one, I suppose. And save just the smallest amount of money. After we sell the grapes, I'm going to pop in here and restock the water and food back up to 6. That should give us a 1-day buffer. I didn't buy enough. There we go. For the next sale we're going to do. Now we buy... This is our big money-making thing right off the bat here is porcelain. Porcelain is a stock good. It's something that is in every North Sea port should have enough development. North Sea, North Europe port, so we get that. And now we're going to sail back to Lisbon. We do this little loop partially to recruit Nicholas, but also to get just a little bit more money. And I'm going to pop up here. The polar zone and the tropical zones let you sail just a little bit faster than in the temperate zones. So I think this saves a little bit more time in the NES version than it does in the Genesis because, and you know, I'll explain the console differences here in a little bit more detail later, but a lot of it has to do with speed because, oh shoot. Okay, running out of food and water for 1 day should be fine. You have to be very careful early on about this stuff, though, because my Marco has no loyalty. So I haven't bothered to do anything to get them loyalty yet, and so you gotta be a little careful about that. But we're gonna build a new ship. We're gonna build a Neo, because that's all we can afford. That's all we really need. 1 mast, 3-point sails. The cheapest we could possibly get it. We'll take a small discount, no guns, minimum crew, and we'll call this one, I give this one 2 letters so it sticks out a little bit better, just in case. We have, okay, if Jose were to show up there, that was too much. If Jose had shown up, we would have been able to, let's restock first. Skip one of the places we have to go to, but what Jose does is, actually we want 20, there we go. Somewhat random, unfortunately, so it's only like a 1 in 4 chance that he shows up. I don't feel like chasing after him, so we go after a different aid. Alright, 305 sugar. That's the purpose of getting the Neo, to get that big cabin so we can stock a lot of stuff. It'll save us money later. And so now we're sailing to recruit the last 2 aides that we need, or last 2 mates. You need a total of 4 mates alongside yourself to sail the 5 ships that you're allowed to have. And what we're doing right now is mostly focused directly on getting to that point where we can get 5 ships. Oh, which reminds me, I want the I want our captain in charge of the Neo because it's the hardest ship to sail, and Nicholas is sailing level 1, which isn't so great for that. So now we're here. We're going to recruit Miguel. All of the mates we're recruiting are base tier. They are all level 1 in battle and level 1 in sailing. But it winds up that they're the best people in the game to recruit because the game increases your stats based off of your age, and whenever you gain levels, you gain stats in the you gain stats in the related skills. So, oh come on, there we go. So there's Tunis, High Tunis, by Tunis. We'll probably be there once this game, but our last aid we're looking for is here in Marseille. These NPCs are annoying. Oops. I mean, Americus won't join us. Because he's actually pretty good at the beginning of the game. But he's not a good aid. Again, by the time these guys we have start leveling up, they're going to blow away all of the existing aids, so I guess we can split. It's my first split. If you see the splits turn red and green, don't worry too much about it. My sum of best is over an hour under my split times. And alright, we have found Pisa. This is where we're gonna make money. But the splits are not important. It's probably the best way to put it. We sell that sugar, and I went to the wrong ship. We're gonna buy artwork, and this is the I keep hitting the wrong button. Artwork is a specialty good of Pisa. It's the best trade good in Europe, and it's one of the best trade goods in the game, although it doesn't sell super well outside of Europe. That's fine. Actually, the best zone that it sells in is this one. So we're going to do some Italian trading here, going from Pisa to Naples to sell all of the artwork we just bought. Boom. And now we're going to buy wool. So these ports are not affiliated with Portugal, which is why I am not doing any sort of discount. Trying for one. It won't go. But again, the amount we can get from a discount right now is pretty minor, so actually ran out of money. Alright, we'll sell back to Pisa. This is going to be our mode for a little bit. Pisa to Naples to make money. And one of the advantages of having these extra ships is market manipulation, which I'll get into in just a little bit. But essentially, every time you sell things, if you sell for every 1,000 gold worth of trade goods you sell, you impact the market rate just a little bit. Let me go ahead and do this while I'm thinking about it. So every 1,000 gold increases it or decreases the market rate by 1%. So we can do some fancy stuff there to really mess with the market. I'm going to buy 2 more Bergantins to fill up our fleet. No guns, minimum crew. I'll call this the B. And we're going to get 1 more ship for Roberto, and then we'll have our full fleet. Or at least the way it's going to work for now. Our next goal is going to be to make money to get our fleet to be 5 galleons. There we go. That old man in the way. Faster to do this way than to try to do less. The crew recruiting through has a degrading effect. So the more you throw at it, the less you get for your money. It's a little bit weird, but we're gonna keep buying stuff. We're gonna load up on artwork again. Look at that, money. The reason why we bought the supplies earlier, so I knew I wouldn't need to buy them afterward. I've written a guide on how to speedrun this game. You have to be a little bit careful in Pisa to not run out of supplies, because my entire fleet is being captained by people who have no particular loyalty to me. And they're not going to do anything if I don't give them a reason to, but running out of food and water is a good reason for them to defect and abandon me. So we're going to avoid that. Alright. So what I'm doing here, I'm talking about market manipulation, is all of these things I'm purchasing, like right there, I purchased 6,000 gold worth of supplies and it increased the market rate by 6%. And I'm doing this with all of these ships. I'm just increasing the market rate in Naples over and over. We're not going to make money off of the wool that we're buying because it's so expensive right now. But we'll actually make more money as a result of this, because what we're going to do with this, with the increased market rate... Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm using a regular D-pad on a Genesis game, which can be sketchy, because they got the rounded off D-pads. Anyway, we're going to sell the wool. We're still going to make money, like, here, but... Look at how much the wool is costing every time. We're depressing the market rate pretty spectacularly. And that's 100% on purpose, because artwork, being a more expensive item, is more impacted by the market rate because it's a straight percentage. So now the artwork, which was originally 260 when we got here, was 187. We bought a ton of it. We're almost out of supplies, but we'll have enough to get back to Naples. And we're going to actually break the bank in Naples. The game only allows you to have 60,000 gold on you at one time. How are these diagonals not working? I'll just sail there normally. And we're building sail levels too, which is good, because if you throw your people directly into galleons, they're going to have a problem. But, boom. And now we have all of the money. And so with that money, we're going to invest in the port. This is the most tedious part of the run, and when I talk about needing to be focused for menuing, this is it, because it's really easy to screw up and invest like all of your money. Let's look. Oh, there's all of my money. But the game has a really weird benchmark for how much you can gain per investment, which massively rewards multiple investments. And what we're doing with these investments is we're turning the port to Portugal. The primary reason for doing this is it bolsters our fame. Fame is what the money is for, because to beat the game you have to have a specific amount of fame, and now we've cleared control of the port. Once you're over 80%, it's allied with you. Yay. And okay, actually no, let's sell first again. So wool. Now I can get a discount here. It's not much of one, but we want to load up on wool again. One of the sneaky things that we figured out is that in any particular trade, the market rate will only go up or down by 10%. Which means that anything over 10,000 gold will not impact the market. More than 10%. That's good to know. We're gonna sell more stuff here. There we go. Because sorry, catching my breath. The reason why this is good to know is that with all of these sales of wool, we're lowering the market rate by 4, 5, 6, 7%. It's not a lot, but since we're doing it supposedly in 5 ships, I made a mistake. I keep making the same dumb mistake too. I'm a little bit irritated about it. We're just gonna land again. I keep forgetting to buy wool for the ship that has the artwork on it. This is the one that we make the most money off of. There we go. Hi Jason, welcome in. And thanks everybody for the good luck before. The beginning of the run's a little bit hectic, so we're gonna go back to Pisa, but I have all this money, so let's just invest in another port. And Marseille here happens to be one of the best ports in the game for investing. It's actually a completely terrible port. There's no good trade goods here to buy. It has no specialties, and generally speaking, we usually just trade in specialties. When you play the game casually, at least, or if I'm doing what you might consider local trading. And since Marseille doesn't have one, the only reason to buy something here is if you're going to take it out of the zone. The difference between a specialty good and a staple good is the staple goods will be in every port in the region, depending on what its development is. Some ports' development is so poor they don't start out with something. Let's see. Okay, we're done there. Let's double check. I usually will double check to make sure that I invested enough. We were plenty. There we go. And now we'll sail. We got enough food and water to make it to Pisa. I suggest people get 20 food and water when they're doing this, so they have a bit of a buffer, because especially early on, it's real easy to goof up and run out of food and water, and then pretty much one full day of sailing without it will cause your aides to bail on you. Which reminds me, I could be doing something about that right now, but I keep forgetting. Not artwork. Wool. We'll sell more wool. Sell more wool. We're actually run out of space. About that. So, and we'll just sell the remaining wool to it's not, you know, I do want to buy more artwork. Oh, it's full. That's good enough then. We'll purchase a telescope and a sextant. Those are important. Hi, Wolveranium, and hello, Ryu. Restock, water. Go back up to 20, that should be enough. Or 10 for each. And let's sail. So we're going to let's go up to Genoa, actually. We can sell the artwork in Genoa. It won't make quite as much as Naples. Also, we just discovered Venice. But before I forget, let's go ahead and give our mates some money, so they're a little bit more loyal. They might be fine without this, but Marco and Nicholas are both Portuguese aides, so they're generally going to be loyal when you do things that Portugal likes, and just sailing around with them. Nicholas is Spanish, however, and Miguel is a pirate. So they don't have those same loyalties. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take every port in this general area. We'll do this until we get to 44. Is it Dai Kukai Jidai? I think. Yeah, I believe the person who did the music in this game is Yoko Kanno, who I think got pretty famous for some other stuff. But she did a lot of music for early Koei games, and then I think got a band. I don't remember anymore. I looked this up recently. So, how do we look, Genoa? Okay, we're good. You only need to clear 80. You don't get anything past 80, but I like to make sure. And something I'm doing while I'm doing all of this is tracking which ports are under my control. Because I need to know when they stop being under my control so I can go back and invest in them again. You gain fame when you take over a port. I saw another ship here, so I'm just double checking. But yeah, you gain fame every time you turn a port to your side, to your country. So, oops. I probably could have went to, like, Majorca or something first. And invested there. Oh well. So if a port stops being under Portuguese control, that's a good thing. It allows us to it's 150 again, right? It allows us to take it again and get another fame chance as a result. We actually get a ton of fame that way, but it's a little bit random how aggressive the computer is in stealing your ports, so that winds up being one of the more RNG elements of the game, because we need a lot of fame, and how aggressive the computer is really determines what we do later in the game. The route that I have planned gets us about 18 to 19,000, depending on RNG rolls. Yeah, we'll go to Majorca next. It's just down here. Which, by the way, it's not where Majorca really is. Majorca, whatever it's called. They kind of missed. This is supposed to be Sicily. But if you're wondering why I invest in the market in some places and the shipyard in others, I invest in the shipyard in locations where I might want to buy the specialty good that's there at some point, because something about raising development in the commerce side absolutely wrecks the price of specialty goods permanently. I don't understand why that happens, but it's... I try to avoid it just as a matter of impulse, but it probably isn't that big of a deal. So a lot of what we do in this game to gain fame is just going around and taking ports for Portugal. It's pretty basic, straightforward, and not always super interesting, but I try to go as fast as I can when I do it. And I do have a cheat sheet here telling me things to get and keeping track of when I have them. My tablet just made a noise. Yeah, I love the Uncharted Waters series. I've played This and the sequel. I've speedrun the second game as well. It is not not marathon safe is probably the best way to put that. Let's see, that was 34. So we'll go down to 19. I should have sold artwork in Majorca too. Because at this point, after we get Pisa, my goal is going to be to get enough artwork, a full boatload of artwork on the Neo, and maybe a little bit extra, and take that back to Naples, load up on supplies in Naples, everything I can, wool, whatever, and then we're going to sail to Seville to buy galleons. Which is itself kind of a complicated process. It's really hard to go. Nice, there we go. To get 5 galleons in one go, but we can do it. Yeah, I made a little bit of a mistake here. I should have, because we're not making like... Oh, you know what? The big mistake I did is I should have sold the wool on this one first. Yeah, we've completely destroyed the market rate here, but we didn't even get enough money to fully buy art. And now I can get a discount on the art, which is a little bit more substantial. How much money do I have left over? Okay, that's good. No, 84 should be good, right? There we go. We left a little bit over because I do need to buy some food and water. Oh gosh. That was more than I expected to be able to do. Yeah. I played this initially on the Super Nintendo. I didn't even know it was on the NES or Genesis until, like, later in adulthood. E-commerce? I think that's an interesting question. I don't think so, but I like the idea. You know what? This is probably fine. Actually, you know what? I might do this slightly differently. I kind of goofed up, and I have a little less money than I thought I was going to. Go ahead and sell all the artwork it lets me. Go ahead and do this here, too. Let's go. I should have enough. If I do this right, it should be fine. So, we have taken every port we're going to take here. We're going to sail to Seville. Yeah, the DOS version of this game is interesting because in some ways it's faster, in other ways it's slower. I think overall it's faster, but you gotta be like just going completely ham on the keyboard to do it. Do I have? Oh yeah, I have plenty on supplies. We're fine. So hopefully we have enough money to do all of this and a little bit left over. You can kind of go too tight here and not have any money left over and lose a bunch of time as a result afterward. So before I forget, we're going to go ahead and purchase a saber. We're going to go in here and sell artwork. Actually, How much do we have here? Okay, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna sell 1 wool and the artwork. Now we're going to transfer men. We're going to... Unfortunately, we can't do all of the stuff we want to do here in one go. We're going to go to supplies. We're going to dump all of the food and water. And we'll take exactly the wool. Food and water is pretty cheap, but we can get it back in a minute anyway. Let's sell the Z. We didn't actually get any money out of that. But we're going to go ahead and buy a galleon. This is what we're going to be doing here. So we want mahogany. That is the best we can do. We want full ocean sailing powers, 60 guns, 140 crew should be enough. This is going to be our main ship. So let's just go ahead and call this one the Ryu. I like to just pick out people who are talking. That's the first one we do. Now, that cost us 30-some thousand. Now, we're going to sell... Let's go ahead and sell the wool here. Actually, let's do it this way. We'll do one more ship, and then we'll do 2 ships on the last go. So, go ahead and sell the Y. Again, we didn't really make a lot of money off of selling it, but this one's also a galleon. Mahogany. This one's going to be cheaper because ships are also impacted by the market rate. 60 guns. We're going to go with 100 crew on this guy. And, well, here we go. We will call it the Iggy. Theoretically, you could save time by not naming the ships, but this is like a really long run. So, it's not going to matter a whole lot. Yeah, let's do this. That. No. That. That. We'll go ahead and sell all of the artwork we can. We're not gonna have a whole lot of money after this, but it should be okay. All right. And now we build another ship. Galleon. Mahogany. 3 masts. 4-point sails. This one's only 20,000. Again, we're going to do 20 and 100 for every remaining ship. Let's go ahead and call this one the Lyra. And to save just the smallest amount of money, I decided to wait until after I built the last ship to do this one. So, Mahogany. 3 masts. 4-point sails. 60 guns, 100 crew. Alright. Call this one the Jason. There we go, which Roberto will be sailing. Dodge that guy. We're counting on you. Okay, no mate we can recruit here. We don't need any mates, but at this point, if I recruit anybody, it's just for fun. So... we need 3 more men. I went a little cheap there. See, that would have been fine if I had done that the first time. Your boat. Yeah, I know, right? It's always Anchorman. Restock water. Got 100 water and 100 food. That will last us a very long amount of time. So unfortunately, we can't sell all of the ships right away because you can't replace your flagship. with you on it. The game doesn't understand how to deal with that, and you can't switch your personnel around on land, which makes even less sense, but menuing, you know, thing, so you just kind of deal with it. We're gonna sell about 32 artwork. That gives us enough money to get our last ship. Transfer supplies. Artwork is gone. We'll throw it on the Iggy. You can get the artwork. Yes. Transfer men. This is one thing that's more annoying on the NES than it is on this, because you can't transfer men at the dock for some reason. Thank you, 7th Armstrong. And there is, we sold our Neo, and now we're building the last galleon, same as the last galleon though. 3 masts, 4-point sails. There we go. We can't get a discount here. If we did this in Seville, we could, but we couldn't build galleons in Seville. So we're kind of stuck behind that. So, excuse me. All right. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and name this one after you then. 7th can be the third ship can be the 7th. And oh, we don't want to actually sell anything else here because we've destroyed the market. No, transfer. Thankfully, this game does that. It puts it in nice red letters, like, hey, don't do this. So we didn't, because you sail without any sailors. Before you can do anything, the ship disappears. It's gone. So not a good strategy. So now that we've done all of this, we have our full fleet of galleons. We have our endgame ships. We're gonna see if the king has decided to seek us out, because really what we're gonna be doing the rest of the game is gaining fame, and there we go. King wants us. The king is looking for porcelain. That sounds great. Porcelain is exactly what I was going to do anyway. So let's sell the remaining artwork. And now, with every little bit of money we have, we're gonna buy just absolute quantum tons of sugar. And we're gonna take it to Bordeaux. And I hit the wrong button, buy. So, of our ships here, the Ryu is our flagship, so it has a slightly different setting for things, because when you fight, and we will be fighting later in the game, the computer will focus on your leader. I hope so too. Yes, we are all galleons. These are not the best ships in the game. The best ship in the game, if you really want, is the heavy galleon, but you don't start out with it as a possibility. So you have to do like development to get it, and you have to develop a port so that its industry goes all the way to 1,000. Even with a good port, that's going to cost you about 15,000 gold. That is not a good idea. So, also, heavy galleons tend to be real slow, so they're not really the best ship. Oh. That reminds me. We're just going to go ahead and invest in Bordeaux while we're here. But all of these northern seaports have porcelain. We'll go to 35. I know generally the right amount you have to invest to get this to the right level. If you're looking to invest the least amount of money to take a port, if you invest 1 gold, there's like a 50-50 chance it'll go up by 1. So if you have all the time on your hands, you can literally just take a port by investing 1 gold about 200 times, and you should be able to take a port. And if not, just go back and do it again. But the game has benchmark to where... I'll do one more. Let's see. Okay, good, we got it. It has benchmarks to where it gives you extra fame to sell things. It's odd, probably the best way to put it. But okay. Now we're gonna buy porcelain for 40, which is gonna make us an absolutely insane amount of money. No matter how much the king's only gonna take his 20 that he asked for. But the rest of this is going to sell so well that we'll be able to load up on sugar and have some left over. Okay, we don't need to buy like 20 more. Here we go, now we're sailing back to Bordeaux. Or, I mean, back to Lisbon. We'll mark Bordeaux on our list. But what we've figured out is the quickest, most efficient way besides 1 gold is 1,001. And after that, it's 10,001 to raise, well, I say the 1, the last digit doesn't matter, but it's just, I'm not going to reset the 1 gold down to 0 every time I do it because it'll take too long. Pop in here, talk to the king. And he's like, hey, thanks, here's a title. So now that I have this, we're going to see Genoa, Pisa, Marseille, Majorca. Okay. Naples is not on the list. Good to know. Every time a port gets taken from us, I mark it down. So the next time I go over in that area, I take it back. Because every time we take it back, okay, we want to maybe do it on this one then. Can I do this right now? I think I can. No, we'll do it this way. This will be quicker. So we're going to go in here, remodel figurehead for the Ryu. We're going to give it the dragon. The figureheads here either prevent storm damage or they prevent storms. I go in pretty heavy. The other major speedrunner of this, Gilma, doesn't. But, yeah, we just made a lot of money. That's cool. So I'm going to go ahead and sell. Boom, there's some more. And we're going to go ahead and remodel the last 2 here. Okay, and now we're going to sell the remaining porcelain that we have on this ship, I think. Yeah, there we go. That should be enough. We're lowering the market rate because there's one more thing I want to do here. And we are loading up our stuff with cannons. Let's see. I don't know if that's actually low enough. I'm not going to be able to do it on all of them. Yep, just 3. Okay. Do you raid, pillage, and burn? Later. We actually don't do a lot of fighting in this run if we can avoid it. Although it depends. Depends on what the computer decides to do. So now they're cheaper because we lowered the market rate a little bit more. Well, we burned a few days while we were sitting here. So I'm gonna check on the king to see if he has another quest for us. He does not, then we're not gonna worry about it, and we're just gonna go to the next phase of our process here. So we can ask for a little bit more in discount now. The way that discounts actually work in the game is it's 5% plus an additional 5% for every rank that you hold. So the fact that we have one rank means now we can get a 10% discount. This always gets rolled against you, so always, if you're doing the math, round down. Do we have any more money? No, we're not going to bother with that. Burn the days. You do have to burn a lot of time in this game, in-game time, because the way that the king quests work is it has a certain, and we're going to sail to London, but like I have 24,000 fame. I need 2,400. I need 1,600 for the next rank. But the king has there's an RNG value after a certain number of days. That day's number is randomized. Yes, the quests for the king's quests. Here we go. I'm not making nearly as much money as I would intend to do here. I gotta be a little bit careful. Because I did that stuff, those shenanigans, in town a little bit earlier than I meant to, and it cost me a little bit more money. We're gonna try to take all of the ports up here. Maybe I should have just went to Bordeaux first. So London is one of the higher developed ports in the game, but it is not allied to any country. England does not apparently exist in 1500 in this game. The only countries that exist in the game are Portugal, Spain, and Turkey. Oh, we missed by one. I'll just throw that into the port because I don't care that much. Yeah, we'll buy the Angel Amulet. That's one of the remaining things. I try to avoid investing too much money into the markets directly, but we'll go ahead and buy wool. 31. Gonna make us a lot of money. You can sell the remaining sugar there. And now we're gonna, just raise the market rate a little bit here. Or 10% discount, which is not really doing that much, but 39. Not quite all of the money. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something a little different than what I was initially going to do. This should be okay. An Age of Sail lot, where I run this game and I'm wondering what else people would do. This is technically the start of the Sega block, but I don't think a lot of Sega speedrunners think about this game when they think about Sega speedrunning. But the Sega version is the fastest version of the game. Maybe the DOS version might be faster, but it relies a lot more on like keyboard speed. But towns are faster in the DOS version. Sailing is about as fast. It's a little hard to tell. Excuse me. Sorry. Sneeze crept up on me. Thankfully, I didn't blow the investment while I sneezed. Currently, Sid Meier's Pirates speedrun, the at least the NES version of it exists as a meme. You just give up and quit the game, sort of thing. Pikachu is used to it. Or I can call him Chunky Chew. The big boy. Do I have enough money left? I think I do. I don't. I need to get that eagle icon as well. Boom. Money. Go ahead and load up on sugar too. Another ship full of wool. Is it here? Yeah. I can remember which ship I had left. Exactly. It's I am somewhat, perhaps obnoxiously, annoyed with that speedrun existing as it does, but I guess I could, if I really wanted to, speedrun it myself, but I've never got anywhere in it. I've played the PC remake they made, like the actual remake, where you can, you know, cheese the crap out of the game. That's fun. So normally I wouldn't come back here like this, but I don't actually have as much juice as I would like to get through. Am I buying these for $49? Is that right? Cool. So I'm basically just trading sugar for porcelain, which means I just won't buy a full shipload at the end, and we'll be good. There we go. We still have 2 more ports to take. Unfortunately, scurvy doesn't exist in this game. It does in the sequel. New Horizons expands on a lot of stuff in this game. Really kind of makes it deeper. So we're going to go to Oslo, which is not where Oslo actually is, but whatever. For some reason, the Europe map is really distorted in here. So is America, but it's a little bit odd. The general Asian area is fine, though. Basically, I think they tried to do too much with, like, the mercatoring of the map. And so you end up with really odd sequences. But we're going to invest in Oslo and Hamburg here. Unfortunately, both of the markets here are pretty terrible. If you develop enough in Oslo, they'll actually unlock the trade good of wood as a specialty, which is not exciting at all, so we don't really care about it. Alright. The reason I'm staying up here is so that I finish the North Sea loop, I get all the ports up here, and then we'll go back to the king, and hopefully by then the king has decided he needs me for something. And I can do a king's quest, and probably the ideal quest for him to pop at that time is to send a letter to Turkey. It doesn't always work that way, but I will go down to 26 here, I think. Of the things that I have nearby, I have a whole list of ports. Basically, every single port in the game. They're starting development, and how much fame you can expect to get from them. I don't really need it that much because I've done the speedrun enough recently, it's all really in my head, but I can tell you by looking at it that Hamburg is the 7th best port in the game to invest in by how much fame it gives you. It's a pretty well developed port, but like Marseille has nothing useful here, so we just take it and we leave. So we get Oslo and Hamburg. The 3 best ports in the game are Seville, Istanbul, and Lisbon, and you cannot invest in any of them. But the amount of fame you get is equal to the average of between the commerce and industry in a port. Because if you invest in the market, it increases the commerce, and you invest in the shipyard, it increases the industry. It's the amount of fame you get is equal to that average plus a random number between 0 and 99. So if we look, we have 4,000 fame. We only need 25,600. We're almost there. We actually have enough fame for the next rank. Alright, so we're getting a little bit of bad RNG here. We really want there to be a quest by now. So I'm gonna find something to do in the meantime. So we're gonna continue to make some money. And just invest in ports. We'll put it on here. Alright, that should be good enough. So we're gonna sail to kind of complete the loop. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kletzleo. Yeah, games like this, you have to have a pretty decent amount of knowledge to be able to do what you need. But yeah, we're gonna hit up every remaining port in the closer Mediterranean loop to invest in them as well. So here we'll go to 23, should be fine. 24. And we just keep doing this investment. So the second game fixes investment to where you can just do it normally, and however much money you put in basically contributes to how much you control the port. This one does not. It does a very bad job of that. So every time I invest 1,000, it gives me somewhere between like 4 and 8. Go around the NPCs. I missed it by 1. It's better to just throw a little extra money in and then not have to come back, I think. Anyway, now we have Algiers. A lot of times I'll save before ports that I know aren't controlled by Portugal, just in case they don't let you in. At some points in the game, some countries will not like you and prohibit you entry or possibly arrest you. The arresting one is particularly jarring because it changes the music, and you're generally not ready for it. Hey, EMP. Yep. All sorts of investing. So Valencia does have a good trade good, but Valencia also tends to be a target of other countries in the area. So the price of wool, their specialty good, gets knocked around a lot. So I don't really try to preserve the cost of that with any real effort. Oh, we got plenty of supplies. Alright, so now we have control of Valencia. We stole this port from Spain. This is something to keep in mind. Hey, Andre. Welcome. Yes. So far, so good. The king's being a little bit obstinate, but we'll deal with it. So we're going to come down here to Tunis. Tunis is the worst port in the Mediterranean zone and all of the greater Europe area. You could very well make a case that this is not worth investing in. But I'll do it anyway. There are better ports than this in other parts of the world that I will ignore. So, normally I try to do all of the Mediterranean in one go, but if the king doesn't have a quest, I just kind of do this, the pre-sailing past Italy portion. Yeah, exactly. I think that's enough. And look at the port here real quick. Yeah, it's 86 and 97 for development. Almost every town we've been seeing is in the 300s. Yeah, so the only ports we have left that we haven't actually visited are Istanbul, which we can't invest in. I could probably just go here. Ooh. Wait, we want to go to Naples, but we might stop in Pisa, because when I see a bunch of ships like that over there, I can even see who they are. 3 fleets. That tends to mean that they're investing in the ports. That's our good friend Carlos. We're probably going to have some fun with him. I never get pirates, but I also get everyone mad at me at some point, so... you might get pirates for the later quest if you don't get other countries mad. Okay, so Turkey did the bare minimum to take this port from me, which is the best, because now Turkey's not going to get mad at me for this, which is not really that big of a deal, but... There we go. And so we gained the full set of fame again for taking that back. And we're going to check Pisa, because it might just be that Spain is over there in Pisa taking it. And if that's the case, we can take it from them. But we do have to be careful. Like, I kind of make mental notes of ports that I take from other countries, because at a certain point, they get mad at you, and they will start sending warships after you. And you want to know when that's happening. Yeah, oh, Turkey is taking it. Well, we'll take it right back from Turkey. So about 3 of these will do. I know how much to invest based off of the market rate, which is why I check that. I just don't, you know, go in exactly 80, which is perfect. We want to put the least amount of effort possible into getting the port back. Let's sell this wool. There's some porcelain here too. Artwork. 206. This is where we get where the discounts really matters with expensive stuff. That didn't even really sell for that much. Okay, that artwork will be worth so much more. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just buy more artwork. We're gonna fill the ship. One whole ship of artwork. I'm gonna sell the porcelain again. And one more ship. Not completely full of artwork this time. We'll do this. There we go. We got a little bit of money left over in case I need it for something. Actually, let me do something really quick. This is gonna seem silly, but just in case Turkey is still here. Okay, no. Still here and investing. Waste one day. Okay. So now we'll sail back to Lisbon. We could check the inn to see if the king is looking for us. Oh, who? Okay, sorry. I gotta see what's going on here. Portugal is attacking Turkey, I think. Oh no, there's pirates. We're probably a little bit lucky. Oh no, they attacked Muhammad. Okay. And that's Carlos. There we go. Everyone's just partying over in Pisa. It's great. Which means we might not get our letter to the Sultan this time as the next question. Alright, as our next quest. That's usually a good one because it gives me a reason to go all that way. But yeah, that Windlass. I don't know which system this was initially on, but it was initially a computer game. For sure. And it's one of the reasons why the ports work differently. I think the NES one was first. The Super Nintendo port is heavily based on the NES one. Well, the Genesis one plays almost identical, but it's just better at times. Like, it just runs better, so... King, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, this is actually bad now. Naples, London, Bordeaux, Oslo, Hamburg, Antwerp. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take the remaining ports in the Eastern Europe. But this is really odd. Look how expensive the artwork sells here. We get the market rate so jazzed up. Because I do have something else I could do, but I don't like doing that. It's just, he's not cooperating, which is just a little bit of an annoyance. Okay. That's, yeah, I think it's Yoko Kanno, right? I knew she was well known for some other stuff. But it's hard to know. Hard to remember. Might be the better word to say there, so. So we're gonna sail to Venice. And then... Yep. We haven't even got to hear the best song in the game yet. Actually, let's go to Venice last. It's one of the things about this speedrun to keep in mind is having to have a lot of fallbacks because you're reliant upon a lot of RNG. I saved before I went in here, just in case we were prohibited from the port. We're going to steal Alexandria from Turkey. We'll go to 42, I think should be fine. Alexandria is the 11th best port to invest in the game. I got confused there, Andre, because you said Neon Genesis Evangelion's One Piece, and I was like, was it? I thought you were talking about a different anime. Did we say that? I think that was that. We don't do a lot of trading in Alexandria's market. No, I missed by one. This will definitely increase the ire of Turkey with us. That's fine. They will. We want to sell the sugar, actually. That works. Yeah. So, but I do save before I go in the city just in case something bad happens. Sometimes you have to bribe the people to get in. They're very expensive. I don't know how much you have to actually invest, but I invest 10,000, or not invest, but I bribe them 10,000 just in case. There's Istanbul, but we're not going to stop there. It's a silly place. This is Trebizond. The ports up here are not particularly good. Although you can kind of oddly do a trade route between Trebizond and Azov, because Azov, even though neither has especially good, because Azov is considered a Northern Europe port. I guess the boundaries are kind of drawn in game, so that means their staple goods are slightly different. I think if you were to do that, you would take grapes or cheese. Actually, I don't think they start out with grapes, so I think you would do cheese and then later porcelain from Azov to Trebizond here. And from Trebizond, you would bring olive oil and cloth, maybe? I forget what the other good is that you can buy. I think I did too much here. Okay. So, by the time we're done with this little loop, we're going to have taken 3 ports from Turkey. And I want to keep that in mind, because once you hit 5, that's when the computer likes to start sending warships. So we've taken 1 from Spain, and it will be 3 from Turkey. Yes, the last port of Azov. Not the last one we're going to see, because we still have to get to Venice, which is unaligned. But you know, at the North Seaport by that statue, which I always thought they put the statue there because, like, the first port you see usually is Bordeaux, and I was like, oh, it's France. It's like a Statue of Liberty, except it's French, a little bit more French. And then you come to Azov and you see it, and it kind of cracked me up as a kid, because that's the mental, like, descriptor I had for it. By the way, if for some reason you lose an aid at the beginning of the game and you need to recover, we recruited 4, well, with Jose. No, we didn't get Jose, that's right. I was remembering my practice before the run. But the 4 aides we got. The other one, there's 3 other aides in Europe who are levels 1-1 that you can recruit, you know, basically at the start of the game. If not immediately, by the time you get to them, you'll be able to. And they're Oswaldo, who is in Venice, and Francisco, who is in Alexandria there. I don't think anyone's going to attack us, but just in case, let's be a little careful. When I start seeing ships in the way, I get a little nervous. If only because I've seen Portugal and Turkey fighting already. And hey, we're sailing to Venice. Sailing to Venice is never super annoying in any game, ever. It never involves crossing multiple screens, and where you have nothing to do, or traveling to a bunch of other Venetian ports, which are also not very interesting, and it takes you way out in the middle of nowhere. That never happens. Alright. Venice is an okay port in this game. It's not as good as you would expect. It's the 13th best port in the game. Like, between Mecca and Majorca. So, the one thing that's kind of bad about this is because the computer cheats and their ships will literally flip in screens like Venice, where you can see Genoa on the other side. They'll enter from one side and exit out the other, which should be impossible. Because that sort of shenanigans happens. They will randomly invest in Venice a lot. I don't think they would naturally, but because of the way it's set up, that happens, and it's real goofy. We can buy some more of the trade good here, which is porcelain. It's not a North Sea port, but they have a porcelain as a specialty. Oh, I said grapes for the wrong port. It would have been grapes and olive oil and Trebizond, and then grain and cheese, and eventually porcelain, and I these off. There we go. So we're gonna go back to the king once more. Once more, I'm asking you, King, to give me a quest. We have now allied with every single port in the game that we can, in the greater Europe area. My list is full of check marks. And I have the ports listed in order so that all I have to do is look at the screen and look at the list, and when I notice differences, I can make marks so I know which ports to go back after, because otherwise you're sailing around blindly and it's pretty bad. So even though this is not a great split, this isn't going to be horrific. Hopefully the king asks us to do something kind of interesting. Hopefully he asks us to do something. The fastest possible quest would be if he wants us to deliver a letter to the King of Spain. He also might take all of our porcelain. That's something that happens sometimes. Where he wants porcelain, but you already have porcelain, so he just takes everything you have and then asks for like 20 more. And you'll get paid, but only when you turn in everything. Okay, we got a quest. Letter to Spain. Okay, cool. Thanks. So this is, again, the quickest possible quest we can have in the game. We just sail down to Seville, say what's up to the king there, leave, and come right back. Who are you? Okay, Pedro, he's our bro. We're fine. I more or less have all the starting fleet started out with. I mean, we might do that yet. I don't know why I saved it before I went in here. This isn't gonna matter. Hey, here's a letter. Cool, thanks. There's our quest. So, I want to see if he's stolen any of our cities, and he hasn't. Good. I guess I would know in a second talking to our king, but whatever. So again, when we get back, we'll turn this one in. Our next... What's our fame? We're at 6,900 fame. The next tier is at 3,600 and then 6,400. So we're like in really good shape for fame. We could do the next 2 quests without having to leave or go anywhere, but we're probably still going to do that. All right, thank you. No, talk to me. Hey. No. Okay, there we go. Genoa, they took Pisa. Marseille, Valencia, Algiers is gone. Majorca, Tunis, Naples. Alexandria, Trebizond, Azov, London. Bordeaux, Oslo, Hamburg, Antwerp. There we go. Okay, so we have 2 ports we can aim at right now, which is good. I'm gonna buy some sugar. So, oh, split. Like, oh yeah, split. That's important. We're gonna buy more sugar. But now I can get a 15% discount. Nice 100 fame. We're gonna sail to Pisa and Algiers and come back, and if he doesn't have a quest, we're gonna go to America. That's our next big sail. There's two big sails. Well, 3 if you count the return sails. I guess that would make it 4, but I like calling them big sails because you just sail around a bunch, finding ports and not doing anything with them. Algiers, and I have a feeling if it's Turkey taking them, Turkey doesn't have enough power, trading power, to really take your ports, because for some reason they just suck. Thank you very much, Lyra. Have a good one. Algiers isn't really the port we want countries fighting us over because it's pretty bad. But the thing is, it doesn't matter that much because every time you get the roll, so even Algiers, which is the 23rd best port, and will get us on average about 190 fame. All of the development that goes into the city makes it so that the next time you take it, it's worth a little bit more. So this one was probably worth about 260 this time. But if we go to America, we have to be very prepared because the America trip is pretty much the last big trading thing we have to do in the game. We will have an insane amount of money, and afterward, through some, market manipulation and some stuff, but basically, we're going to absolutely crash. We're going to invest in the market so that we can get gold, and then we're going to crash the market afterward. Oh, I gotta see what the development is. I already forgot. That's why I'm here. 68. We'll do one more just in case. That should 100% clear it. So we get the fame from Pisa again. Now we're at 84, and yep. So we gained about 700 fame from these two cities. These are reinvestments. It didn't really cost me anything. I may have done this incorrectly. This could be bad. I'm not going to do the exact math there. I might have too much in the way of goods. We literally did everything there. That's funny. Okay. So hopefully the king has something for us when we get back there. If not, we'll do that. We're going a bit heavy on the food and water. It's a little bit weird how it decides how much you use, because it doesn't line up perfectly with your days at sea when you land. Like, it tends to consume more, and not more by like 1 day, but I don't know. There's some weird consumption stuff that doesn't quite make sense to me, at least. So we get to just sail around a little bit more. Like I said, if we don't have a quest, we are 100% gonna just go to America and be like, done with this. That'll give us plenty of time for him to burn a quest, and while we're in America, we will gain around 1100 fame. I have an idea for an alternate strat which would make me take longer in America, but I don't want to do it live with no practice. And we always ask, or we always save before we talk to the king, unless he asks us to do something dumb. Coral! Perfect! I mean that. That is the perfect quest to get right now. Because we want to go to America. And what does it have? It has coral. There. So... sell the porcelain, and I'm going to go ahead and deposit this. We might pull that out in a minute. We want to kind of lower the market rate here, but it's not that big of a deal. We'll go 67 here. We're buying firearms because firearms are the best thing to sell in America. That we, have access to, at least. I'm gonna dump this too, because literally, like I said, when I said I kind of misjudged this, it was how much money I was gonna have left over. Firearms, no. They're so cheap now. It's good to be the king. So again, I'm doing a 15% discount. Actually, this should be fine. We have enough food and water to make it there easily. Some more artwork. I'm really nickel and diming here, but Was that everything? Did I actually just sell the rest of the stuff exactly? That's cool. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and withdraw to max out my money. I barely spent anything, wow. Alright. So Coral, the only place Coral is sold in the entire game is in Santo Domingo. So we will go find Santo Domingo. And prepare yourself for what I think is the consensus best music in the game. Coming up here in a little bit as we enter a tropical zone for the first time. Now I'm going to be doing a lot of saving here because if I get stuck in a storm, we're going to save scum out of them. Because we'll just get killed in a storm. There's nothing we're going to be able to do about it. We have so few crew that it'll just be terrible. So... And in this version, at least, you can do that. I'm not 100% sure you can do it in other versions. So... I don't remember exactly how it works in the NES. But we're just sailing down Africa, just a little bit. There's a little river. Hey, we found the port of Verde, which is totally not on land. It's an island thing, but whatever. This is the island of you're no longer in storm zones, so now we don't have to worry about it. But when we're in the Caribbean, I don't know if you pronounce it one way or another, or if either is valid. We save scum, or we save a little bit here too, just because you can also get seaweed. Seaweed and storms are both basically death. Seaweed isn't too bad if the currents are blowing the right way, but your rudder will go out on your first ship, and you will be completely at the mercy of whatever. Okay, it's December 15th. That's a good date. And we're in Spain. Spanish territory of Santo Domingo. So... The trick here to what we're going to do... That should be good enough. 10,000. 10,000. 10,000. I'm investing every single piece of money I have. I'm going to start saying money for a little bit instead of gold. Oh wait, we want to sell off of these ships. Nope. We maxed it out. Obviously we haven't, but I want to see something really quick. So the development here right now is 56. Development gets processed at the end of the month. So we're gonna just wait a little bit. We're gonna burn some in-game time, and we're gonna do it discovering ports. We're not going to land in any other port. We're not going to invest in any other port because we don't really want to anger Spain too much. But we'll sail down here, and hello, Caracas. Everyone wave to Caracas. See you later. I forget the name. Oh, actually, I know what it is. So we're going to sail down here. There is the supply port of Nova Granda. There's Panama. Go ahead and save it here. Generally speaking, when you discover ports, they're worth 20 fame in Europe. The North Sea and Mediterranean, or I always call it North Sea, Northern Europe, in Mediterranean zones. There is Guatemala. Hey, Guatemala. We're gonna save the game again. You have to be a little careful because a lot of the pirates in the game start in the Caribbean. They'll start popping into Europe after about a year or two, or once your rank starts going up. And there is Veracruz, and we're done. Who are you? What are you doing? Oh, Emmanuel. He's probably not wanting to attack me, but maybe he'll attack that person. I don't really need to check these out. I'm just curious. And Carlos. Maybe... They're fighting me. Okay, so we're resetting out of that. Holy cow. That usually doesn't happen this early in the game. This could be a really good thing or a really bad thing. But we don't want to fight anybody over here because we have 5 sailors on each of our ships. See, I was nervous, and I had a good reason to be nervous. Alright, we're gonna save the game. Apparently, they're not happy with me stealing their ports. It's just been 2 ports, guys. What? This is why I'm on a first-name basis with these guys, how I recognize them. They usually only attack you when you're entering a screen. So I have a trick for this. Alright, here's Jamaica. That's the last port we're gonna see. The trick is... exit and enter screens when it's dark. Because they can't attack you at night. You're just not allowed to fight at night. It's... I don't know. It's a reoccurring Koei thing where they just don't let you. And it'll say, you can't attack at night. It's like, okay. So we're gonna peek at the port again. 200. Okay, we might actually be one investment short. Let me see. Okay, we can buy gold. That's what we're here for. But first, we're gonna load up on coral. Actually, I don't know. We're gonna buy. That's enough. I don't remember how much the king wanted, but coral is a pretty good trade good. So Carlos attacking us is a constant thing in the speedruns. We're used to this. He is a jerk and will do crap like this constantly. But now we're going to get some discounted gold. So 15% on this is 56, which is this. And we're going to be doing this for a while. This gold will last us the entire game, basically. And now the market rate on the gold is going to be even... I guess it's the same price. Four. I guess I'll buy the remaining 4. Okay. Pirates are real followers. Let's see, 34 would be 51, which means we go down to 293. We definitely want to get the maximum discount we can on gold. There's a lot of times where this stuff doesn't matter, but you really want it at this point. because this is the main way that we're making money the rest of the game, and we want to get as much of it as we can. So this is 45, which would be 69? That's not right, but whatever. Sell. We sold all those. Did we sell all these? Nope. Gold. No. 59. Sell the remaining firearms. Buy gold. We'll save a little bit of money left over just in case I need it for some reason. The amount of gold we have is insanely high. We are in extraordinarily good shape to be able to more or less finish the rest of the game without trading. I'm still going to do it every once in a while, but this speeds up things. I did save it, right? This is why we save it. We got Carlos and Emmanuel are acting like jerks. This is not really the best time for them to be doing this, because I can go really fast sailing and I don't have to worry about saves coming at the end of every screen in case they decide to start on top of me like that. Like that. Now, it does kind of make sense that I would have a bunch of ships after me as I'm sailing around with just a massive amount of gold. But what tends to happen is that they tend to get lost a little bit. Alright, it's the island of... We're just about to enter the storm zone. The area of the game where storms can actually happen. Hey, those jerks left me. Oh. There we go. Save. Nope. They're trying. Now we're back to Africa, and now second Europe. Hopefully we have a quest. Oh wait, that's right, we already had a quest. Never mind. Hopefully we have one. And... well done. There we go. Alright, now tell us what ports have been taken from us. Genoa, Venice, Pisa, Marseille, Valencia, Algiers, Majorca, Tunis, Naples, Alexandria, Trebizond, Azov, London, Bordeaux, Oslo, Hamburg, Antwerp. Ooh, literally nothing. Spain, you're useless. So, I want to see what my actual fame is here before I decide what I want to do next. Man, we have enough for the next rank, but I don't have anything specific to do. So, get rid of some of this coral, I guess. I want to buy some firearms. So we have a 20% discount, which means 47. Oh, never mind. I did the math wrong. 20% is 12, which is 49. So we could try to fight Spain, or we could do a big ol' America sale. And I am leaning towards, because of our cargo situation, I kind of want to just, you know what? No, let's do this instead. We're gonna recruit Jose a little late. All he's gonna do is be somebody different. We're gonna load up and see if we can wreck some Spanish fleets. See if those guys have given up on me or if they're still chasing me. So it costs a lot of money to do this, and if you're not doing it in a port with a high commerce level and allied with Portugal, you lose a lot of time and a lot of money doing this, because we're trying to recruit so many people. There we go. But if we can get out of having these guys in the area chasing me, it should save me time later. Do that. We already loaded up on cannons. Oops. This is the problem I don't like. 49. 190. There we go. Who is here? Oh, it's Luciano. I missed who that guy was at the top, but maybe this is Ali. We could fight Ali. I always do crap like this. There we go. Battle. Fine, we're attacking Ali. So we gotta be a little careful in the first battle. The computer tends to, they always move first. And my guys are very raw. The only person in my fleet who will do any real damage, well, the only people in my fleet who will do any damage are, my leader and Miguel, who is on the Lyra. So, like, I just did 10. That's terrible. And but then you'll see Miguel here on the Lyra, and he does 16. The way we have our ships set up, we do not want to fight in melee, so I went low on crew on purpose to save money. So if we shoot people, we'll be fine though. So we're just gonna shoot everyone we can. We really, all we need to do is take out the leader, but we're gonna hit everyone that's in the way, especially here at the beginning. I don't know who has what. We don't have a lot of crew, so, or I mean, a lot of battle levels and stuff, so the extra experience can be really useful. As we just kind of wrap around. My leader is stuck out in the middle of nowhere, unfortunately. One of the negative things about the way I have my ship set up is that I have, that's what I'm looking for. I'm just gonna do that. There we go. And the Jason takes him down. That's one battle level for Roberto, which is good. Is he gonna try to flee? It looks like he's fleeing. That would be a little bit odd. Oh, we didn't quite get to him. Shoot. There we go. He might run away. Hey, Mappy Man. I'll shoot you. Okay, good. He is so enticed by our leader here, he's gonna shoot at him. I don't think... Yeah. So we should be able to take him out this round. Again, our main ship's gonna do a little extra damage because I believe damage from cannons is primarily courage-based. So, like, Iggy here is led by Marco, and he should do... Well, he still did about 10 damage, so... Actually, we're not going to take him out. He might just flee. Because... he's going to have so little life left. Yep, he fled. Which means... I refuse to accept your fleeing. And immediately attack you again. Unfortunately, you don't get any extra battle fame for attacking somebody repeatedly. I tried this. This is actually a strategy you use in the speedrun in the Genesis version, where you just keep attacking the one particular enemy fleet over and over and over and just accrue an insane amount of fame. Alright, he's over. Goodbye. I like one of his ships just left, too. Okay. I don't ever bother taking this stuff off their ships. I have 9,800 fame now. And we're gonna land. We're gonna fix up our ships. Repair costs are heavily impacted by your rank as well. By the end of the game, you can have a ship almost destroyed and it'll cost the same as this. So let's take a chance to see if the king has a quest. He does not. Actually, this is my favorite thing to do, is request crew. Like, I'm just recruiting guards to join my ships or something. We already know that there's some dudes out here still, so I'm going to try to see if I can get another fight. That worked out perfectly. Okay. Actually, let me see something really quick. Pisa, Marseille, Valencia, Algiers, Majorca, Tunis, Naples, Alexandria, Trebizond, Azov, London, Bordeaux, Oslo. Yeah, and I missed Hamburg and Antwerp, but whatever. I know they're not taken yet. Okay, let's see if we can find Carlos and Emmanuel. It actually serves our purposes if these guys want to chase me. I just don't want them doing it at bad times. Time to fight Carlos. Crap. That didn't line up super well. My leader and their leader basically adjacent. I don't have any battle levels on my leader, so he'll also be very bad in actually doing any melee damage, so I don't really want to do anything there. If he doesn't move, I'll at least be able to shoot him a bunch. Here we go. The battles are pretty basic in this game, but I think they're a lot of fun. Somebody's shooting me with culverins. They reach a little bit further, but they do like no damage, so they're pretty pointless. And we'll probably go back in and repair after this too. There we go. I need to make space so the ships behind can also come around. Oop. Okay, he's just out of the way, I guess. So we should take him out next turn unless something weird happens. We'll go back in, heal up, and try to find Emmanuel as well. Look at that. Goodbye, Carlos. Alright. Carlos is a jerk, so we're happy to be done with him. The way the game works with this sort of stuff, though, is that each country has 5 NPC fleets active at any time. Plus, there's 5 pirates. Carloser, thank you. There we go. Yeah, we don't like Carlos here very much because he has a tendency to be like the most aggressive person and just trying to mess with you. Apologies to anybody who's actually named Carlos. Let's see if we get... King, do you have a quest for me? No. Did anybody steal a port in the last 4 days? Probably not. I'm already here, so I might as well just check. Nope. When you say Carlos. Yeah. So, but of the 5 fleets, 2 of them are battle fleets and 3 of them are trade, with the exception of pirates, where every pirate fleet is a pirate fleet. There's Juan. Juan's a friend. There's Pedro. Pedro's a friend. Hello? Emmanuel, who just came in out of nowhere. Well, guess what? Finding you too. Down. Crap. When you fight this close to the shore, you get a lot of these, like... I can't remember the exact name for them. But it's basically shallow water. And you don't move as fast. Plus, if you have the type of sails that I have, you can't... You lose movement in battle. I have 4-point sails instead of 3. I could have switched them all for a fairly annoying amount of money, but... So, the good thing about this is that these countries will now be very aggressive towards me. when I see them coming after me, I can just fight them and gain a lot of fame that way, which is a good alternative to reinvesting in ports. Although that's a little bit quicker. But if they aren't gonna take any of my ports, we might as well just kill them, you know? Because what good are they if they're not helping me with my speedrun strats? I gotta be a little careful. One of my ships up there has gotten hit kind of hard. With this guy out of the way, my leader and this other guy will be able to flank them. That works. I'm just gonna shoot you. Actually, I kind of got in the way there, didn't I? Maybe that wasn't so good. Okay, good. They're not focusing all their fire on one guy, which is nice. Because again, usually they'll go after my leader, but my leader is way down here. I said they're going after Nicholas because he's weaker than Miguel, so they can do more damage. Somehow they know that. I don't know how they would know that, but somehow they do. Nope. Yeah, Miguel gets to shoot on them. I might have to take them out next round, or they're gonna... I don't know. Okay, good. Thank you. That was dumb on your part, but I appreciate that. Again, one of the things about the crew is if you're playing this the way that the game kind of expects you to, this 70-160 is the default. I don't want to go that far, do I? The 70-160 is a default galleon. I go up with Mahogany, raises the hull to 90. But... there we go. But I lowered the max crew down to 100 so I have more trade stuff. Because I don't need the crew that much, except you kind of do. It's... I don't know. I haven't been able to get to their guy because I don't know. I don't like the way we started the fight. It's not really a good way to, there we go. Yeah, you won't be able to flee this turn. You have to be adjacent to the edge of the map for a full turn. And he shot me, so he's not going to be able to do it anyway. But after this, we're going to dump all of the crew because we're not going to have anybody to fight for a while. And we'll just see if we get good luck with the King's Quest or not. If there's no quest here, which... we really haven't spent a lot of time, so it's not that surprising, but if it's not, we're going to actually push the Asia sail up. I normally don't fight until after that, as it is, but... yeah, like, we literally spent one day at sea. Alright. And my tablet fell asleep when I wasn't paying attention. It has my map on it. There we go. Then we'll go to that map. Okay. Sorry. Gotta fix that. King? Anything for me to do here? Rebazon, Oslo, yep. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna just go to America because we don't have any quests. There's still one more Turkish guy who could be coming after us, but I'm going to assume that we're not going to see him for a while. And that's Omar. That's the name of the other guy. Supplies. Oh, come on. Let's just look at it this way. I think I have plenty of supplies, right? Yeah, we're good. I can buy like a very small amount of firearms. This is just buffer. I'm gonna take out all of my money. We're gonna save the game. America. Now we've already done the America sale. We're going to we're just gonna do the Asia part right now. Because I don't have a quest, and I'd rather get as much fame as possible early on. We're up to 11,000. I'm going to do the normal amount that I do here. How aggressive you are in investing in ports in Asia is kind of up to you. But we get to listen to this music for a long, long while now. We're not getting good luck with the king, like, spawning new quests quickly, so... he'll definitely have one by the time we come back, though, because I think, like, Gilmock, the other guy who speedruns this, is the guy who's dug into a lot of the numbers, and I think he said it's somewhere around the length of 2 months. Like, he's almost guaranteed to give you some sort of quest within 2 months. But the like the half-life, the average length is about 2 weeks. And so I'm just gonna point out everything interesting we see along the way. A lot of these ports are so poorly developed that it's not worth stopping or doing anything. Is he gonna be following me here now? Okay, never mind. Luciano's cool. He's not gonna try to attack me. There is a Portuguese port over here. So... land ho. That is Arjun. Hello, Arjun. Goodbye, Arjun. So every African port we see, I started to say this before with America, but like the European ports are worth 20 fame for seeing them. The American ports and the African ports are worth 120 fame. Any supply port we see, which we're going to have a few here in a little bit, are worth 100 exactly, no matter what zone they're in. So like the next port we're going to see is Luanda, which I think is about 1 or 2 screens away. Also, let me see something. After you do a couple of fights, or anytime you've had some bad stuff happen, it's a good idea to check the loyalty on your mates. Like Marco and Nicholas are probably never going to go down any real amount because they're Portuguese. Portuguese, I don't know why I had to say that. They're I do the quotations. Like Miguel is a pirate, so I'm not exactly sure what lowers his morale or his loyalty compared to everybody else. And Roberto is Spanish, so sometimes messing with Spain will make him mad. Okay, Turkish trade ships, they're not a problem. Trade ships will never attack you. It's Cape Town, but we still have 254 days of sailing, so we're fine. Again, whoa! Yes, please go the right direction. Cape Town can be really difficult to sail around because the currents and the wind blow away from it. Pedro again. I guess I could have just went up, right? Especially with, I have a bunch of people who aren't really good at sailing yet on my ships, because we haven't really sailed very far. I mean, they actually should be fine by now, but I don't know. There's Safala. There's a bunch of interesting stuff you can do in these places to trade, but we're not going to. I don't care. There's Mozambique. There's Mombasa. Which again, we're plenty fine. Get rid of that paper. I don't need that one anymore. My intended ports to invest in over here are in Arabia. We're gonna hit Aden, Mecca, and Baghdad, which is Basra, but they call it Baghdad. I don't know. We are gonna save it though, because Turkey has been sending warships after us, and we've been fighting them, and I was gonna say, they might not let me in, but they did, so we're gonna invest a bunch of money and steal all their ports. That should be enough. Let's go ahead and I have firearms here too, right? Coral actually sells pretty good. We could buy quartz. Hey, you know what? I'll do it. 18. There's not much of it, but this will quartz is extraordinarily good for some reason. It's actually kind of odd that it does so well in the majority of the game. So that's it for Aden, and we gained about 240 fame for taking that, but we also gained 220 fame just for seeing it. Ports in Arabia, which includes Aden and Mecca, give you 220 fame for each of them. There's 6 total, because for some reason Dew is listed as an Arabian port, even though I think it's very much in India. Should be enough. I saved just a little bit of time by shorting that. We didn't check the port, but if you can get a discount, you don't have to check the port. So sometimes I'll buy stuff in lieu of checking just to see if I can get a discount to know. So, we don't find every port in the game because some are just so far out of the way that they're not worth it, but you know, getting about 100 fame, 200 fame, so on per port is just extraordinarily good. It's very efficient, but the problem is, the reason why, you know, we have to do other things than just that is that there's a limited amount, so but we sail really fast in these waters, so it's quite nice. That is Muscat, I think. And that's Hormuz. I always forget which one's which. Yeah, well, in this area you don't see storms too much. Like, we've gotten through Africa without them, but some of it might have to do with the time of year I've went. I believe the storms are really high at certain times of year. I haven't been doing anything on purpose as far as that goes, but so for whatever reason, Baghdad is the highest development port in the game at the beginning of the game. And I say for whatever reason because I don't really understand it. Except for, of course, the capital ports. But this one's going to get us over 500 fame, probably. It should be very nice. And sometimes Turkey and Spain fight over it. Although, how quickly I've done some things in this game, I've preempted a lot of their, you know, interpersonal shenanigans, probably. Do I still have firearms? Yes. Oosh. We'll just get our money back up. I think the specialty good here is not useful. So, yeah. 400, okay. So, I'm gonna keep going. Hey, Miplet. So if we look, we have 14,000 fame right now. We need 25,600 to clear the entire game. At that point, you can get access to the final quest. And the final quest is what you have to do to beat the game. So that's do, I do, by do. Do's terrible. But we are going to invest in 2 more ports here, and then we're going to take a really big sail. The biggest sail. But, you know, we wouldn't be proper Portuguese if we weren't taking the port of Goa. Which again, I have calculated out which ports are the best to take. In advance. I wrote a guide up and I list them kind of in order and what the expected fame you should get is for each one. And how much money to invest, generally know that too. And some of these ports have good stuff to buy, but it's not on my radar. Excuse me. All we care about is the gold that we have on our ships. We haven't even started digging into the gold supplies yet, which they sell okay in this area, but the big place is the best places to sell gold are, for whatever reason, I mean, Europe makes sense, but whoops, the East Asia cities are insanely good. They have the highest base gold rate in the game, which might not make a lot of sense, and I would agree. I don't exactly know why that is, but so now that we've seen Goa and Calicut, the Southeast Asia and East Asia zones, they're all kind of the same zone, even though East Asia I think is technically different. Maybe it isn't, and I'm imagining that, but that might be some crossover from the second game. Actually, now that I think about that, let's go ahead and sell firearms. Oof. There we go. We got plenty of money. And we bought those firearms for like 50 gold. So okay, so we have 15,000 fame now. Every single port we're finding in this area is worth 320 fame. This is the this sale that we're going to do right now, the big sale, the last big sale of the game. Except for, you know, the sale back from all of this. I meant to save it before I left the screen. That's fine. That's Cochin. Hi, Cochin. We just find all the remaining ports. That's Ceylon. Hi, Ceylon. I don't think you can get storms over here, but you can get seaweed near Japan. That's Sumatra, the city of Sumatra, the port. Some of the names here are not, they're getting pretty loose with the language. There's the port of Java. Oops. So in case you were wondering, we're just gonna go sail to Australia real quick. Australia has one port. That is the port of Levesque. Goodbye. Hello, Levesque. Goodbye, Levesque. See ya, Aussies. We're out. There's the port of Ambonia, I think. I always forget which one's which. That one might... I think that one's Ambonia, and then this one is Ternate, and, or Ternate. We're out. See ya. They are Spice Islands. They do have something good there, but I don't care what they are. That's the port of Madang. I believe that's what it's called. It's a supply port. It's just on the top of New Guinea. This is the one part of the sale, like, those two ports. That port and the port I'm about to see, we probably could eliminate, but it doesn't take very much time to do. We're just sailing out in the middle of the Pacific, and, not quite the middle of the Pacific. Oof. And we are just about to find the port of Guam. Hi, Guam. Bye, Guam. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ports west, or 5 screens west of Guam, and then we go directly north. And we find Nagasaki, the only port in Japan. And we don't even stop there, because Japan is not really worth visiting. Not when you have Zaitan. This is China. Port of Zaitan in China, which is one of the better ports in the game. It starts out as the 5th highest developed port. Go down to 30,000. So we'll go to 29 just in case. If you go to Nagasaki, I'm sure it's Nagasaki and not Nagasaki. It has silver, which has a really good trade rate, but the stuff you can buy in these cities is better. But also, I'm not even going to do that because I have so much other crap. We're going to sell the quartz. Look at that. Wink. And then purchase. Chinese sword, dragon icon, both of them. Those are upgrades for those respective items. We bought versions of them before, which I didn't really talk about. And here we go. We're done with this item. Excuse me, what was I saying? Yeah, we bought versions of those before, and of them, the different collecting items you can get. The amulets either protect against disasters from happening or lower the likelihood of taking damage from them. They're a bit odd. This is Macau, by the way. We also invest here because Macau isn't bad. It's not as good as Zaitin, but it's not quite as good. The icons apparently reduce the amount of damage you take from cannons in battle, and the swords increase the amount of melee damage you do. Not really the most important one of the group, but I don't remember what I was going to stop at. I guess we'll just go to 20. We have 2 more ports to find. One is a supply port, and the other is what's the word I'm looking for now? Blanked. This is the Genesis version. It's the fastest. No, I actually submitted this and the NES version, and said, let you guys pick which one. I haven't bothered to speedrun the full Super Nintendo because, which one do I still need? Okay, we need the amulet, that's right. I should just buy them all here. That would make more sense, since all 3 of them are here, instead of buying 2 at the other place. Alright. So we're done with the item shops now. There's one other type of item we haven't bought that we could. And hello, Taiwan. Goodbye, Taiwan. Oh, there is Da Nang, the Vietnamese city port. It's a supply port. There's nothing to do there except supply, and we don't need to do that. So that's another 100 fame. There is one more port we need to visit over here. I use the word need somewhat loosely there. Is this... Are you... Pirates. Okay. The utility of actually needing to land in Malacca and do anything here is not nearly as high as I'm probably advertising it to be, but... I just want to squeeze out a little bit more fame. But this is the most efficient way of gaining fame in the game, is finding all of these ports. But it is somewhat limited. If you invest in like every port in the game, you'll get somewhere, and find every port in the game, you get somewhere around 30,000 fame. which is plenty. But it really kind of sucks investing in some of these ports because they're just not very good. So look at the gold rate. Got our money. We did get the port, right? Yeah. We have 19,900 fame, so we still need 5,700 fame after all of this. But what I'm hoping is that the other countries will have made some effort to steal ports in Europe. Plus, I have a lot of quests left, and so we're going to be doing a lot of fighting before this is all said and done. But we're just sailing directly west from Malacca. That's Ceylon. Gonna go around that. We're going back to Europe. We're done. We will not come back here if I can avoid it. But you can see the power of the gold we have. That 1,000 is the neutral market rate for a lot of places. Which means that with having over, what do we have, about 1,200 pieces of gold, that means we have 1.2 million gold on board, like money. Not gold, the item, but money. We're completely flush. As long as we don't lose a ship or throw it away or sell a bunch of it at a really bad market rate. Alright. Pirates. We don't want to fight them yet either. Fighting pirates is perfectly fine. It's probably better than fighting actual war fleets. Because they tend to, one, be weaker, but they seem to give you about the same amount of fame. Hey, we got around there perfect that time. Sometimes that's a gigantic pain in the butt. Hi, weapon. Yes, technically this is the start of the Sega block, although again, this is... Sega doesn't really major in a lot of games like this. There are RPGs on Sega, but there aren't... Like, the Super Nintendo is kind of the RPG system of the time. This isn't quite an RPG, but... I don't know, there is a Pirates game on the Genesis, but someone had me play it, and it's, it plays a little bit too much like the NES one, and not like the PC remake they did later. The PC remake is absolutely beautiful. I prefer games like this more than that, but I really did enjoy playing that, too. Hard to stream, though. It, like, glitches. It doesn't want to run right on modern systems. We gotta go one more screen, don't we? Yeah, this is the very short thing there, so... We do have to be careful. If people are coming after us, we might start seeing them now that we're back closing in on Europe. Pirates Gold. Is that what they call the PC one? Or is that the Genesis one? The Genesis one is still fun. They do some interesting stuff with it, but the big thing that I dislike is that you can't see enemy ships on the screen in the NES one. The Genesis, okay. Oh, I went too far. Who are you? Muhammad, okay. So, we should definitely have a King's Quest waiting for us at this point. Good. I don't care. We have plenty of stuff on the other ship. That's something I didn't really talk about, but you do not have to have supplies on the ships themselves. They just gotta be on a ship. Here we go. What's our quest? What do you want, Kingy? Letter to Spain. Sounds good. It's a very easy quest. It's like, I have sailed across the world for this. Let's just save it, and we'll worry about crew later. Because I'd rather waste the time after I turn in the quest to buffer for the next one. So... Oh. Hopefully Spain has no problems letting me in. The king can ask you to do stuff like this sometimes, where you have to, like, bribe your way in. It's not foolproof. Hopefully that guy outside the city isn't trying to attack me. Yeah, I know you don't like me. Alright. What ports have you taken from me? Nothing. You guys are useless. What's your problem today, Spain? It's terrible. So, I'm gonna verbally abuse Spain every time I land here, apparently, because... again, the best thing is that the AI is just super aggressive in taking ports. Where are you, by the way? Omar is probably coming for me. Yep. So we'll probably load up on stuff when we land here, and hopefully we got a few ports taken from us. Even if they aren't like full power, that there's some giant chunk of them gone that we can invest back in them. There we go. There is our last rank. So we lost Genoa, Venice, Pisa, Marseille, Valencia is on the list, Algiers, Majorca, Tunis, Naples has been taken, Alexandria, Trebizond, Azov, London, Bordeaux, Oslo, Hamburg, Antwerp. Okay. We have a whopping 3 ports to mess with. Actually, let me come in here again. I will take your 21 crew. I'll take all 21 people here. So one thing that might seem odd, like we literally went to, I just recruit these guys for fun. I mean, we're not going to actually use them. You can only have 10 total mates, but I don't even know why you would want that many. So since we know we're being followed, we're gonna stay at battle capabilities. Recruit all those people who I'm sure were just waiting for us, who were in our force before. That is one thing that makes a little bit, or maybe a lot of sense from the Pirates games, is they have a mechanic in the game where basically you retire. And so instead of your sailors just being doomed to an inevitable death at some point, they actually have, like, an end game. Whereas here, they're all dead. That's all that's gonna happen. Should be good. Alright. So we're going to sail to Naples, Genoa, and Venice and take those ports back. That'll probably be a little over 1,000 fame. And if we find our good pal Omar near us, we will fight him. But I'm not going to waste a bunch of time chasing after him. We we have 19,000 fame. We need about 5,600 to beat the game. But we also have to do a bunch of quests. So we are so heavy on fame right now. Okay. We're not going to attack trade fleets, even though they're super easy. Because you just don't gain fame from them. The game doesn't reward you very much for doing that, so we're not going to do it. Here we go. Stop in Genoa. I should have saved it before I went in. Although I'm pretty sure... Yeah, Spain's tried. They just haven't been able to do it yet. We'll invest in here, I suppose. We'll go down to... What were we at? We were at 30-something? That should do it. It did do it. So we just gained the fame from Genoa back. Now we're going to sail to Naples and take Naples back, and then we'll go to Venice, which is a little bit more annoying. Just in case something winds up being Turkish, and they don't want to let me in. Okay, guys. Nice try. So again, every time we pull a port over 80, it goes back to Portugal. Every time we do that, we get the fame bonus for it. So them taking ports is good for me. It makes me more... It helps the fame generation. I was gonna say it makes me more money, but that's not the correct emotion there. So we'll go to Venice, and hopefully we get a good King's Quest. Hopefully he's got one for us by the time we get back. Looking at the splits right now, it says that I'm plus... At the last split, I was plus 46 minutes to the to my PB, but that's still faster than the estimate. And we're going to... Oops, I hit the button 2 times. We're going to get a bunch of that back in just a minute, so should not be a problem. But we need the quests to spawn, and they're not spawning in a useful way, which is pretty frustrating. We stock here too. Feels a little bit repetitive, but we might go all the way back to Lisbon. So normally, the type of quest you get from the king, we have very specific desires for them to be this or that. Yeah, that was about 11,000 fame. Or excuse me, 1,100. Are you my... There we go. Now we're gonna fight Omar. I don't like this setup either. We'll get a few shots on him. Thank you for the good luck, Virus. Also, hello, Dan. Welcome in. We gotta shoot Omar up here. Feels like a weird way of saying that, but we're just gonna wait. Yeah, those two ships should focus on my leader, who's gonna be a little bit off in that direction. And then I can at least have those two guys on the right, well, one guy on the right now, hit him. No, for some reason I thought it was my turn. Shoot this guy again. Go with the 7th, which still has Nicholas in charge, who is one of the worst battle aids in the game. So, hey Blaine, thank you for the good luck. I almost will get there. I don't think I'll quite get there though. We might be able to take out their leader this round. No, not now. That guy moved in the way, actually. Oh, he's out of the way now! Like, I'll shoot, that guy is in the way. And now he's not. So again, we only have to take out their leader. So we focus all of the firepower on him. That worked out. So if Miguel will take him out. Goodbye. Goodbye, Turkish. And now we keep sailing. So taking out Omar there got me 500-ish battle fame. And this is the primary focus, is the fame. We now need less than 4,000 to beat the game. Getting them just from fights isn't enough. So I'm gonna need Spain and Turkey to do some investing. Part of their problem, and the reason why they're not taking as many ports as aggressively, is because I took out their battle fleets. But again, every country has 5 fleets. If you take any fleet out, it gets replaced. So that's still him, right? Okay. Attack the pirates! So now that I've gotten some battle levels in me, I can move a lot better while I'm fighting. And the good thing about pirate fleets is they usually have a bunch of crappy ships mixed in with good ones too. They tend to just be weaker overall, so yeah, we're able to actually move around and shoot things, and it's nice. Even I'm still not doing a lot of damage because my stats are bad. Here, Miguel will do something. Miguel is maybe the best aid in the game. Marco winds up being really good. One guy we don't have who we could recruit reasonably early is Conrad. He starts out as the best battle aid in the game, but Miguel has better other stats and is younger and less levels, so he tends to do less levels at the start, so he tends to just kind of exceed Conrad. Because the thing is, especially with battle stats, you end up maxing them out quicker than the other stats. You just demolish stuff. He's gone. So we'll see if Marco... Yeah, Marco should be able to take him out, I think. Yep, goodbye. And so that guy gave us about 600 fame. So cool. And now we only need 3,300 fame to beat the game. Now, we have to do multiple king quests before that will happen, but because you have to be at the rank of count to get the final quest to appear, it won't appear before then. Or else we could just ignore all of this. A boss from Turkey. Okay. So, accepting battle quests can be a little iffy. We're going to, have Carlotta... Oh, he's coming after me. Where is he? Eventually she'll say their exact location. If you tip them. Although the more she likes you, the more likely she is to throw in some other information, but I think this information procs before the other one, so 10 north west 35. Okay, that is a couple of screens south. Oh wait, no, that's Africa. Okay, so he is... A lot of this has to do with the spaces that people spawn. They spawn in really odd locations sometimes, so this is fine. I am going to do the strategy you're going to watch me do here is going to be fun and funny, and this is literally the best thing to do at times in the game. And it'll seem weird, but if he's chasing me, I don't really want to chase him because we're likely to miss each other. So instead, I'm just going to wait for him to come at me. And the best place to do that is right outside of Lisbon, because if you're on the sea, they like magnet to you. When you're in ports, it's not always the same. So I'm going to do this and wait. Multiple run-throughs of this game. Now, having speedrun it, probably completed 14 to 15 runs across different systems. I've found that this is the most effective way to get to the fleets that you want to fight. If they're chasing you, just sit still and wait for them to come to you. It's it doesn't make a lot of sense when you look at it. But oh. Alright, so who are you? There's Abbas. Who are you? Oh, that's the other guy. And so now, let's save it just in case. Your devilry ends here, rat. Somewhat rude, calling him a rat. So we're gonna shoot this guy up, too. We're just gonna, do our battle thing. And the battles are not too tricky in this game once you have the right ships. Unfortunately, there's really not... I wasn't looking very well at the screen there. I screwed that up, too. I didn't quite see exactly what I was wanting to see there on that. But yeah, once you have the right sort of, setup for your ships, the battles get really easy, especially once all your mates start gaining battle levels. So we're gonna shoot you again. Can I shoot him? I might be able to get one more shot in on him. Let's see if this works. There we go. Will Marco take him out? Yes! Good job. Marco's battle skills improved. And now we go back into port. Now this guy is also chasing us, but that's fine. I'm perfectly happy to have him do that. Okay. Have they stolen any ports from us? Genoa, Venice, Pisa, Marseille, Valencia, Algiers, Majorca, Tunis, Naples is gone again. Alexandria is gone. Trebizond, Azov, London is gone. Bordeaux, Oslo, Hamburg, Antwerp. There we go. All right. Let's go back in here and request crew. Hey. Who said you could say no? Alright. So the next rank is Viscount. We need to have 14,400 fame for that. Which we certainly have. We have enough fame right now for everything but the final rank. Yeah, we're 22.9. So if we invest in these other ports and probably pick up another fight. Oops. No, yes, done. I meant to hit recruit. Like if we fight this dude right outside the city who might attack us before we can move, will be good. But I think I'm gonna go to London because it's a quicker loop to try to get a quest to spawn. Yeah, just checking just in case. I just did that. Oh, I saved it again. Oh, you know what? We're fine. So we're going to sail to London and get London back. We'll come back here. If we don't have a quest, then we'll go to Naples and Alexandria. Take those. Come back. And hopefully we have a quest by then. That's our friend who's trying to attack us. So at this point in the game, the only quests we can get are battle quests or adventure quests. Adventure quests are 100% negative. We do not want them. Oh, it must have been on the previous screen. I'm dumb. Well, never mind. I guess we just sail right back. Yeah, it must have been like 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, I just somehow missed it. So I guess it was just Naples and Alexandria. That's alright. We'll still do the exact same thing. Double check when we get back down here. Oh! Khalil the Turk is now attacking us with his 2 ships. Hello, Noel Lou. Excuse me if I said that wrong. To this, we're gonna melee this guy to death because he thought this was a good idea. So, you know, I guess this is what we're doing. This is your fault, dude. You attacked me with your 2 ships. He survived. Dang it. Alright, well, the captain will... There's no duels in this game, which is actually good, because the duels are terrible in the second game. Like, you can cheese some stuff with them sometimes, but they're just bad. They're not designed well, so... We'll see if the king has anything good for us. And if not, we'll go again to Naples and Alexandria and take those ports for Portugal. let me just check this again, see if anything new popped up. Majorca, Tunis. Yeah, it was London down there at the bottom that I somehow missed. Which is kind of embarrassing because... I don't know, did they even shoot us? We might not have any ship that needs fixed. Oops. Okay. But we will grab some more crews since I definitely did that. And restock. I'm gonna do this instead. It's gonna be more, but it'll save me a little bit of time to just start doing that from now on, rather than having to figure out exactly what number I need to get it to work out perfectly. But yeah, if we get any adventure quests, I'm going to do a strat that I like call waiting until the king is in a better mood. We save beforehand, and just in case the king asks for something dumb we don't want to do. Like adventure quests, because adventure quests will make you go usually to Asia and Europe and back twice, and then to the middle of the Pacific to find something, and it's just... Oops. I guess since we're already over here, it's such a time loss. If I see a pirate, I'll probably fight him, but again, trade ships aren't really worth the fame. You don't really get any fame from trade ships, so you can get trade goods and some money, but they're not really worth that much. They got close. I think just taking out their ships and stuff have weakened Spain to the point where they can't actually take ports anymore, and it's kind of sad. Like, it just seems inept of them. Because the amount of money they can invest is based off of the power ratings. So if you weaken their power and you take out their ships that actually have a lot of money on them initially, which are the battle fleets, then they tend to be hobbled. Okay. Wait, what was that market rate? This is actually important. Okay, that's good. It's not that important because I have a ton of gold, but... There, have all of my money. Just take it. But you can see that literally went up, like, not that much. There we go. Sell the gold. We still have an absolute ridiculous amount of stuff. But it's one thing that I always kind of overdo, because I don't even want to be close to running out of money here in the late game. I sold, what was that, 54 gold to max out my money. I have 2 ships that are completely full of gold, which is, so I still have around 1100, which means I can, you know, if I get a city that's kind of like that, I can max out my money 23 times. It's like 22 times. It's serious overkill, but all right, save the game. We got a quest and reset. We're not doing that quest. So what's my fame currently? How close are we? 24. That's probably good enough to do this. So it's the 28th. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do it this way. There's 2 ways of wasting time. One of them in-game time without doing anything. One of them is to go to the lodge repeatedly. That's 100% the fastest way to waste time in the NES. And this one, it's a bit more debatable because you don't lag as much while sailing. This is the other one. And while doing this, I am going to be right back. I'm going to take a short break. So give me just a moment while I disappear on you. And I'll be back. All right, we're back. The very exciting wait and for something to happen. I'm here. We were just waiting. Generally speaking, I wouldn't wait this long, but it doesn't really matter. No. Bad king. I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. So we'll go to about the 5th of next month and then check again. We need him to cycle through the quest that he picks, or however it is, to pick a battle quest. The adventure quests are way too slow. If we get the right battle quest, we could be done with this in half an hour. If they come up at a quick, pace, and the things we actually have to get aren't super annoying. But mainly thanks to just the way the beginning worked out. We ended up gaining a ton of fame early. That early fame grind has put me in a position where I don't really have anything else to do. I might have to take like one more port before the end of the game, or fight one random other fight, because we're just at a weird spot. But nope, that's it. So we're save scumming through all of his bad requests. We don't, like, nope, King. We're not doing this. And you know what, we'll go do this until the 20th. Actually, you know what, we'll wait outside, that's better. And the reason why it's better is some enemy ship might show up, and if, you know what, I don't really want to fight any random ships. That might be why we don't have any battleships, because I've taken out their fleets recently. But, again, this is another way of wasting time, which is where we are right now. This isn't the best part of the marathon run, but it's just something you have to do, because if we do the other quest, it's going to take us like 30 to 40 minutes in real life time to do an adventure quest, and we'll be all over the place. But unfortunately, there's no, like, this is the trick to getting a better quest. This is it. And that's it. We wait. Again, there's like an RNG value that cycles through the King's quests. Actually, I wanted to say, I hit the wrong button there. Come on. The Genesis likes to move you faster than you can kind of deal with. So this is the RNG at the end of the run, like so many runs have that make them unpleasant. We can't, unfortunately, just cancel out of that and do something else. Or, like, tell him no. If you tell him no, you lose fame. If you, if you say yes and then go back and say you didn't finish it, you lose fame. We don't want to lose fame because it's a pretty significant hit, and it doesn't make this go any faster either. Telling him no doesn't mean he's more likely to change his quest quicker or whatever that he offers. In fact, it might be the opposite. But again, on average, I think it's somewhere between like 2 weeks and 2 to 3 weeks that the RNG cycles through on the King and he reselects the quest. It's like he decides on something else. Like, maybe I don't want this golden shield. Maybe I want you to take out random Turkish guy. And then we'll do that. And hopefully the guy's chasing me, because if he's not, then this also gets very complicated. Okay, that was about a month. But this is most of what the rest of the game is going to be, is getting good King quests. Mafdi from Turkey. There we go. That's who we want. So we're going to save it. They regenerate the fleets after you destroy the initial ones. And... alright, he's coming for me. Where's he at? Where is he at? Where's he at? So, unfortunately, it's like a north 20, east 60. So he is in India. He's on the lookout for me, but that guy is in India. So, we're just gonna wait here And it's gonna take a while. But if we chase after him, he's on the lookout. Yeah, that's the way of putting it. We're just gonna wait for a while. And I mean a while, this might take like 3 in-game months or so for him to get back. Yeah, I have a map open with coordinates, and 60 and 20 puts him just outside of Dew. If I chase after him, the problem that I will have is that the computer likes to warp. You see this most often when you'll see like an NPC that's chasing you in the middle of the screen, and you leave the screen, and as soon as you go to the next screen, he attacks you. Because he just warps. Sometimes you'll see an NPC in the top right corner and leave, and if you go left, he'll be there. They cheat a lot with navigation. So one, I can't just go along the coast and see him. I can't do anything while I'm sailing to find him. The only way I know where he is by talking to the waitress. If you gossip, they don't give you the exact locations. They'll just say he's here or there. So, no, we haven't seen a storm all game. We've been fortunate, but I think we have a dragon for a figurehead, and oh, who's this? Oh, never mind. They won't dock if they are trying to go after me, so we don't have to worry too much about somebody going into port. What was I saying now? Are you already here from India? I seem to not think so. I do need to probably get one more fight, so... This is something more interesting than what I'm doing, so we'll just fight Morgan. We'll stop here. This isn't a very good alignment, so we're fighting Captain Morgan now. Well known for making alcohol, I think. If I set my captain ship up, they would all just surround me, and it would be painful. And I wouldn't be able to get to their leader anyway. So now they're still going to come at me, but I'm going to snake around those reefs. And yeah, now they've left themselves open to be attacked. Come on. This game and its radial menus. The NES is actually really easy to miss inputs on, especially after you've been playing this one. There we go. He's just gonna melee him next turn. That's Miguel. He can take it. We're just gonna wait here. Oh, he didn't. Interesting. But yeah, it's either between that or the amulets that I purchased have reduced the likelihood of them showing up. I don't know. Either way, at least on the Genesis version, you can save scum out of storms. I shouldn't have moved forward. Let's shoot this guy. I could just not do this at all and just let all these guys take out their leader and maybe save a couple of seconds. I don't know. There we go. Yeah, we'll skip his turn. Although he could have just moved down and shot him too, I suppose. I'm biasing towards Miguel here. Okay, yeah, we will get enough fame to beat the rest of the game automatically now, so we're in good shape. The next quest should, or when we fight this guy, we should get enough fame from him, but if we don't, we'll definitely get it from the next fight. I want to see if he's actually getting over here. It's been like 2 months. I just want to see where he is, lady. Carlotta? South 25, East 0. That puts him between Cape Town and Luanda, which is fine. So it's probably going to be about 2 more months before he shows up. Again, this is really odd for a speedrun, but I'm fumbling on the menuing. Well, that happens. I am going to eat an Uncrustable. This is what all sailors eat while on the sea. Perfect for your end of RPG speedrun. I don't think this can be him yet, but pirate. Oh man, they're attacking my bro, Ramon. Water. So there's some elements to this game that might just seem like we've made it easy, but not necessarily fast. But I can tell you this is the fastest way to do it. El Drago, the pirate. There's Mofty. Get your butt over here, Mofty. Been waiting for you. Did you try to duck me? So after this will be a Viscount. The excuse me. We will have to get promoted 2 more times before the end of the game. Well, actually promoted 1 more time, excuse me. So the next, yikes. So that guy's kind of taken out of commission because that dude's gonna be way. It looks like he's trying to run right off. Can't imagine that's the case though. That's a little too wimpy. Yeah, if you're wondering about the name Mofty, every time you take out a fleet, they replace them, and they just generate from a list of names. I don't know what sort of RNG is involved with that, but that's how we get Mofty, I guess. We're just gonna wait. Okay, so he's coming back. That's good. We should get 2 shots in on him, maybe 3. We should get 3, maybe 4 actually. The way they moved was really beneficial. Ah, crap. Well, goodbye. I should have moved up, actually. He's not going to be able to attack next turn. Probably. Here we go. Nope. No, it's okay. We'll be able to take him out next turn. Sometimes I think this music sounds a little bit like the Battle of the Bridge from Final Fantasy V. It's got a bit of that sort of rhythm to it. There we go. You got it, Nicholas? You did not got it, Nicholas. Come on. There we go. Miguel cleaning up again. Okay. Excuse me. There we go. Don't care about the rest of that. Actually, let's see if we can get some more crew from him for free. I didn't mean to recruit one. I'm getting a little bit butterfingery here at the end. Ah! So, if we were still interested in trading, hello, we would get an insane amount of discount at this point, because of the ranks that we've gained. Thank you for the good luck, PDQ. And hello, a random guy on CurseForge. Yeah. I named it after you. I named it after anybody who was talking. Yep, we have cleared the final threshold for fame. Okay. So now we are going to do the most logical thing that we can do. Nice. And that's just waste more time. Because, again, we ended up... The king hasn't really cooperated well with the quests, so we've basically just been waiting on him. Yeah. Hey, Palandoy. Yeah, it's something I kind of figured out a little bit more. Oh, this is more like, what do you call it? Less of a chore and more of a just relaxing. You know, we're just waiting. It normally isn't this bad. Just regular galleons. The heavy galleons are absolute overkill and they take too long to get access to at the beginning of the game, so it's just better to not worry about them. Plus, they're kind of slow. And for how much sailing we have to do, I would rather have these slightly faster galleons. All right. Ishmael from Turkey is wrecking havoc in the area. Ishmael, what are you doing? Oh, come on. Okay, so he's not even coming after me. That sucks. Well, yeah, it does pool. So we're going to wait for him to do something that doesn't involve... Actually, shoot. I should have done something. I did that wrong. Just because he's sailing to Muscat doesn't mean he's in Asia. I should keep tipping her until she tells me exactly where he is. Because if he's still in Europe, north 50, east 15, that is Venice. Okay. I did the same thing forever, too. So don't worry about that. Okay, so our dude is actually still in Europe. You might wonder, well, why did Aaron just load the save? The reason why is you lose a day staying at the inn, and that's a day that the guy might get around me, so I want it back. Is it? I prefer the Super Nintendo game if you're playing it casually, but it is just slow. It's slower than the Let's see if the guy appears here. There he is. Don't you dare leave me, Ishmael. We might take him out right now before he can even move. It depends who I have down here. Basically, it depends if that's Miguel or not. Miguel might be able to do that much damage. And it's not Miguel. Boo! I doubt Nicholas will be able to take him out in one shot. It's great when you can kill them before they can do anything. But yeah, my comparison for all of the games is the thing that NES has going for it is that it doesn't do these animations, which, you know, it's just a waste of time. Marco will finish this off. So battles tend to be quicker on the NES version, although it does something weird with the radial movement instead of just letting you point in a direction and sail that way, which is really annoying. So that worked out great. I'm not 100% sure how to handle those situations, but yeah, and I think what Iggy was saying before, this is so much routing, but this stuff, how you do at the end, is so tricky. Yeah, the ship's deflating is unique to Super Nintendo and Genesis versions, yeah. But the Genesis sails so much faster. The other thing the NES has is these stupid townspeople don't exist. I don't know why I saved it before I went in here. It's pointless. They aren't in the NES. So that's a gold split. Oh, you know what? I should fix up the ship really quick. You can. It's not common though, because what it does is that once you hit the fame level or the marquee rank, which is the next one, I'm a count. Just in case the king wants something's happening here. Nope. There we go. We have also not done the secret call thing once. I forget who... Oops, I hit the wrong button there. Because this is the end of the game, I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive about what we do here. And we're just going to button mash. But we are one quest away from the game. So we're looking for the king to say something terrible has happened. If he says anything else, we're going to reset out of it, and we're going to waste a bunch of time like I'm doing right now. I don't know how long I should wait. Like I said, usually about 2 to 3 weeks is the half-life where you get a quest. So June 9th seems like a good day. Let's go and see. No quests. I almost went to load the save, but I don't need to load out of nothing happening. So we'll go to June 20th and wait. You don't even have to leave the port. I've had this happen before. Just in general, a King's Quest pop up the very next day. In earlier versions of this, I thought your relations with the princess were pretty important. So I would do the secret call option repeatedly, but, you know, to make sure the heart got big and the love was maxed out. It winds up that the only thing that's good for is getting her to ask the king to give you more money. It's not really worth any effort, so... Alright, we got a quest. That is not it. Alright. That is not what we want to have happen. Don't give a crap about your stupid mirror or whatever it is that you want. Yeah, so you don't have to see the princess once in this game, which is great because your aides constantly go on and on about how beautiful she is, which at the beginning of the game, she's 14, and our character is 16, which, you know, at this time isn't terrible, but we'll wait till next month, and then we'll go see what's up. But it's been a couple of years in-game now, which feels a little bit better. Pass too much judgment on things, but something terrible has happened! The princess has been kidnapped! Yes! Yay! The princess has been kidnapped! He doesn't tell you who kidnapped her, though, which is kind of interesting. She knows. Sade. Sade from Turkey has her. Or said. Where is he? He's coming for me. Well, you know what that means. It's time to go outside and wait. Oh, shoot. So if, are you Said right on top of me? Alright. Here we go. This is the final fight. And the end of this game is actually going to come up. Oh, Retrothon, please save me. I decided to start the fight completely on top of the guy, though. Because I got a little excited there and didn't plan this out very well. But whatever. So, I set the goal. The initial goal for the speedrun was 5.5 hours. The initial goal that I put in when I initially submitted it. Then at the time my world record was like 4 hours and 16 minutes. But there's a lot of bad RNG that can happen, like you've seen here. Oh, shoot. I somehow didn't notice that there was another ship there. Stupid radial movement is irritating. We should be able to take him out next turn. Now, never mind that the princess is aboard that ship and I'm shooting at it. I'm sure that's not a problem. It's perfectly fine. No big deal. But yeah, since the first one I did of this, we've actually shortened the run up by about 50 minutes. So I asked at one point for it to be lowered to 5 hours from 5.5. Where's the princess? She's safe. We get this nice cutscene. Captain, restrain yourself until we've seen the treasure. I like that. So, we're not done yet. We have to do one very important thing yet. Which is sail back to Lisbon. And then we go in and we meet the king, and that's time. So 3 hours and 45 minutes is still a lot faster than I was expecting this to go. We get this nice, very lengthy cutscene at the end, at least lengthy for NES. If the restreamer is listening, they're still more or less fine here, but we don't have too much longer to go. So, the king is asking us for anything. What do you think we should ask for? Should we ask for land, princess, honor, or refuse? And I do want to mention, it's become a tradition now that when Gilmock got the world record in this initially, he sang Glory of Love after he beat the game. I'm not going to do that, but I came up with a slightly different version that we can sing here at the end. So, I am the man who'll fight for your honor. I'll be the hero you dreamed of. We'll live forever, knowing we did it all for glory and love. Like a knight in shining armor from a long time ago, just in time you will save the day and return your daughter home. I am the man who'll fight for your honor. I'll be the hero hero you dreamed of will live forever, knowing we did it all for glory and love. So enough of that. So I don't know if that is actually why Gilmock wanted to do this, because it kind of works with the music. This game did come out after the Karate Kid. So I hear the only thing I saw was refuse. Oh, we have the girl from Lamp Station. I'm gonna need another vote. We don't need another hero. Hey, Peggy. Thank you for that. I need another vote, but in the meanwhile, thank you for the GGs. Jason, WFD, Palandoy, Miplet, Jamie Loves Games, Mick Doodle, Thuggy, Peter Q, Shahali Weapon, excuse me. So you get the pick. We got Princess and Refuse. We need refuse or refuse. I don't know. It'd be funny if he literally asked for garbage. He's like, can I raid the garbage out back? Can I have some of your pallets? They look broke. Sorry, I used to work at Walmart and literally had somebody like go to his truck and just start stealing pallets out of our back area. So I'm not seeing anything. We have to pull the trigger here. And we're gonna refuse. We're gonna do this whole game and get nothing. So, alright, there we go. My labors were for my ancestors and for the princess. For glory and for love. I desire nothing in return. I see, you are a generous man. Thank you, I must take my leave here. Wait! The princess is calling for you, Retrothon. Christiana! I'm sure in Japanese they probably added a thing there. It sounds a little more personal here. He's like, what's this? You must be hiding something from me. Your Majesty, I beg for your understanding. I met this girl exactly 1 day ago when I rescued her. He's like, yet my daughter is my only child. I'd planned for her to marry into Spain. You know that country I was attacking earlier? Father, please, I can marry no one but Retrothon. She will always be happy with me, sire, please. Then it's settled. Sir Retrothon, Count Retrothon, you get the reins of power transferred to you. It's like, what? That's not what I want. You're giving me responsibility? I will strive for Christiana and the good of Portugal. Thank you very much, Jason, WFD, and Django Storm. As of this day, you are the king of Portugal. They, thank you for the GG as well, Booster Shane. They, retcon this ending a little bit in the sequel. The sequel is an actual sequel to the game, where you can play as one of 6 characters. And we achieved smooches. We've got smooch %. So, thank you, Kronos, for the GG. It's a lot of fun to speedrun here. I know the ending gets a little bit, like, awkward, because you're just waiting. Like, my PB, this was plus 23 minutes to my PB, and it was almost entirely just bad king RNG. The quest just didn't show up. The quests I wanted didn't show up. But as far as I know, there's nothing we can do about that except for resetting out of it, so... But if you were wondering, in the sequel, you don't actually become king. you're Duke, and you marry Christiana, and you get to play as your son, Joao. I think I'm saying that right, Joao. I've been criticized about my Portuguese pronunciation before. This little part here at the end doesn't appear in the NES version. Some of these little cutscenes they add, but yeah, so, you know, this is about what I expected time-wise. I was hoping for around 4 hours. We put 4:30 as the estimate, but I knew the ending was going to be a little long, and I knew the opening was long, and I don't know. If you're interested at all in speedrunning this or any Koei game, the exception of Genghis Khan, I haven't speedrun that yet. You'd have to bug Chess Jerk about that one, but let me know. I have speedrun every NES Koei game. I've speedrun, except for Genghis Khan. I've speedrun 7 or 9, I forget which number it is, of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms games. I speedran the Super Nintendo version of this, although I'm not very good at it. It's a lot more RNG based. And what else did we do? I've put in, I have a couple of Nobunaga's Ambition ones, all sorts of just various Koei stuff. I joke that I should just be like a professional Tecmo Koei streamer, but probably not going to do that. So thanks everyone again. I'm not going to continue to delay since to mess around. I think we're actually ready to go here, but yes, thank you Dweem, Yellsrek, and Rotorstorm for the GGs as well. It's it for me for Retrothon. This was the 24th game I ran in this event. I don't know what the record is, but I'm probably up there. And being my 5th year in doing this, it's become a tradition and something I look forward to a lot, both in running games and doing it. But yeah, that's it for me this year. Stick around though. Coming up is Jangle Storm, who has a couple of games. Looks like Trampoline Terror and Tiny Toons Adventures 3. And I will have a guide up for this on SRC somewhat soon. I've done it, you could see it, but I want to add some stuff to it because it's a little bit rough. But I'll probably come back and try the NES version of this sometime next month. I do something called My May of Koei, where I just do a bunch of Koei speedruns specifically in May. Thanks for the stream. Okay, I get it. Thanks, Palandoy. I'll see you guys all, around, or I'll see you next year.